Coronavirus! I'm telling you, shit is real!
Hello! Welcome. It is your boy, JK, Benny before the box. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. It seems that, unfortunately, that we are destined to be impacted or inflicted with such catastrophic events. For example, this virus that had plagued us this several weeks, several months, a month, not very long, but it has spread so rapidly throughout the world. It seems like this happens twice or three times every century. Something like this, like World War I, World War II, diseases, the Spanish, the influenza, and so on and so forth. It is unfortunate. But do I even dare to say, it seems as if it was strategically orchestrated for the sole purpose of reducing the world's population, or the human population.
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. Guys, it is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh, I like it.
Was it orchestrated? I'm not saying that it is, but it seems that way. It seems it was. I believe it was Sigmund Freud who said, "I will love spotted dick for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I fear to be called a fugula," which means homosexual. Yes, Sigmund Freud was a very smart man. He's the one that laid the basis of psychological analysis. Did he in fact say that he enjoys spotted dick for lunch, breakfast, and dinner? I don't know. I don't believe he did. But you know what? He might have. He might have. That's a possibility. Considering that he was obsessed with penis. He was obsessed with penis. Somebody should do a psychological analysis on his mind. I just want to express to you guys, my deepest condolences goes out to those who are suffering from the coronavirus. I wish you the best. I wish you a happy or a fast recovery. And for those who lost loved ones because of it, my deepest grievances. It might seem like I'm mocking or anything because I'm doing this accent, but I'm not. I'm honestly being so genuine right now, even if it was with this accent, this ridiculous accent. But you just need to understand that the only reason I'm doing it is because I keep messing up and what I want to say to you guys, and I keep repeating the video. And so far, with this silly accent, I'm able to clearly state what I want to say. So please take that to heart, the goodness of my words to heart, because it is coming straight from my heart. Anyway, I mentioned before that the coronavirus can possibly be orchestrated for the sake of reducing the world's population. Now, the reason I mentioned this is because there is evidence to insinuate such a thing. There's a book written by a man or woman, I'm not really sure. I'm going to show you a little picture of that, but in a moment. But anyway, in this book, it describes such a disease that's very similar to what's going on today. And because of that, it sounds very convincing to many people. Many people believe that the coronavirus was, in fact, created man-made. It was purposely spread by an organization for the sake of reducing the world's population, the human population. Now, it sounds scary. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds crazy. Yes, I get it. But if you believe certain things, for instance, the Illuminati, you might want to leave, or you might think of leaving, and you might think this is ridiculous. Why, there is no such thing as the Illuminati, but there is. And there are people who know that there is. There are people who are historians who know the Illuminati once existed. They say once existed. Because there's document evidence, there's testimony that they did exist. But they no longer exist. That's the claim. That is what they believe. But there are people, such as myself, believe that they do exist. But behind society, secret societies, they were able to infiltrate secret societies and flourish within those secret societies. And one of these major societies that we know of is a very popular society here in the United States called the Freemasons, who are the founders of the United States of America. Believe it or not, George Washington was a Freemason. The founders of the United States, the people who wrote the Declaration of Independence, were Freemasons. It wasn't random events, a series of random events that occurred that, suddenly created America. No, it was planned because the Freemasons wanted to create a state with the basis, the fundamental ideology of that state to be liberalism, to be free, to live free, to do what you wish without harming others. Of course, there's limitations. The limitations is, as long as you don't harm others, you're good to go. That was the basis. That was the idea. Because they believe that in such a state, we will advance much more effectively. And I agree with such. I do agree with that. But only because it makes freaking sense. If a word, for instance, here we go. Oh my God, I don't know how to put it together. Okay, so, for instance, you have my kids. I got my kids. Now, if I allow them to do what they please, they will learn from their mistakes and they will advance much rapidly. Because if I keep telling them what's wrong and what's right, and I keep telling them this is wrong, but they still, like freaking idiots, don't understand until they experience it, and oh my God, now they get it. Yeah, you're right, Paps, that's wrong. Like, okay, again, let me just explain it. I don't know, maybe you get it, or maybe you understand what I'm saying right now, but I don't even know. Like, okay, for instance, you tell them not to put their hand inside a fire, right? Because fire burns. It's gonna hurt you. And your child is like, okay, I get it, But not really, he doesn't get it because he never put his hand inside the fire because you told him not to do it. He doesn't really get it. So he waits. He waits until he's alone. Maybe a couple of years later. Maybe when he's old enough. Then he puts his hand inside that fire. Then now he gets it. He gets it now. Years later. But if you allowed him to put his hand in the fire in the beginning, then he would have learned quickly. He would have advanced quickly. He would have known things much quicker because you allowed him to make those mistakes. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Now, this is the whole ideology of Freemasonry. They wanted to create a world where liberalism is the fundamental of that state. But then the Illuminati was able to infiltrate the Freemasonry after they have created America. after the state was established. There's a letter by George Bush who expressed his fearfulness, maybe, possibly, fearfulness. I can't remember exactly what it says. I think he actually was, in fact, much more optimistic that members of the Illuminati has infiltrated his lobby, his Freemason lobby. I think he was more optimistic about it because he believed the members of the Illuminati, and they are powerful people, and he knew that their influence can impact so much. Yeah, and I think that was I read the letter. It was a long time ago. I might show it here somewhere. Anyway. So, yeah, so people convinced that the coronavirus was orchestrated by this secret society, the Illuminati, for the sole purpose of reproducing the human population. Because they believe that the human population is such great, it's just too much people, that the resources that we have in this world is just not enough to sustain us. And that's the idea. Now, I'm very hesitant. I said I was very hesitant to speak about this, and I'm, hopefully this, whatever I'm saying now doesn't influence anybody and doesn't convince the Illuminati that I'm a threat to them or anything like that. Matter of fact, if they are listening to this, I would love to join you guys, because I understand that there's a lot of benefits for becoming the Illuminati. Now, I want to be rich. I want to be a millionaire. Okay. Now, if you give me a couple of $1 million, I would definitely love that. I would definitely change everything that I'll take back everything I just said. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks.
So I strongly suggest that you wake the fuck up.